Welcome to the Young Crones Cafe, where you can get a magic brew full of all sorts of information, both witchy and practical.
Grab a cup of coffee and join us. I'm Elizabeth, a wordsmith.
And I'm Dave, a modern-day sage.
We are going to talk about various witchcraft and life topics from a slightly more mature perspective, at least most of the time.
Thanks for joining us.
Here's a little something extra from the Young Crones Cafe to get you through until our next regularly scheduled episode. Happy Halloween, or as the witches like to call it, Samhain, which even though it's spelled Samhain, is pronounced Samhain because it's from one of those Celtic languages. However, many witches call this Witches' New Year, simply because it's a day where you can really be yourself, especially if you enjoy dressing up in costumes of any sort for your practices. You fit right in with the rest of the world today. We on the path mark our new year at winter solstice. It's the return of the light. It's the start of the light half of the year. It matches with the calendar a little better, and the energy is just different. However, we are in the middle of our annual entering a new time of the year, which we associate with the element of water, and going with the flow as we move further into the darkest times, the times of gestation for new ideas, of things we want to learn about and grow in our practices. Because of this, at this time of year, we perform what we call an annual rededication, where we make that commitment for another year to continue doing what we do. So however you choose to celebrate it is great. As we go forward from this time, once we have rededicated ourselves, it is a time for us of deepest emotional work, for want of a better word, every year, where we really examine our feelings and how they connect with our practices, how they resonate with our rituals. Does everything still line up and come together the way we need it to? And if it doesn't, what ideas can we begin to gestate? On the path, we believe that the true source of creation is that void, because the energy has to come from somewhere. Out of the darkness comes light, after all, when you think about it, and you can't have one without the other. It's a time to slow down, literally. The energy of this time of year is much more slow moving because we are entering the time, as we like to call it, of the deepest dark. And as you slow down and take stock of yourself at this point, make sure that you're taking care of yourself in ways that maybe you've been neglecting or ignoring or actually not noticing up until now. It's a time to just kind of breathe. So take time today, in the midst of all of those trick-or-treaters and all of the other fun stuff that's going on around you, carving jack-o'-lanterns and enjoying the fall foliage if you happen to live in an area where that's a possibility like we do. I've been noticing how much the leaves are turning and how much darker it is in the evening and in the morning again as we head into that deepest night. So relish the dark. It's not a negative thing, as so many people seem to think. For us, the dark is that hidden time of finding new perspectives, much as we do with the dark times of the moon as well. So enjoy the celebrations, enjoy the trick-or-treaters, enjoy the fall, and we will see you next time. And as we like to say, may you find mirth and reverence in all things. Well, it looks like the coffee cups are empty for this week. We hope you join us again next Tuesday, but you can find us at our website, 2youngcrones.com. That's the number 2, Young Crones.
We'd love to have you join our growing online Discord community. Check out our new Patreon presence. Just look for Young Crones Cafe. Through Patreon, you'll be able to make it to our Discord. We are also Young Crones Cafe on Twitter and Facebook.
Until then, remember, we are witches who work with energies to effect change.
We are believers in both immanent and transcendent divine.
We are celebrants of the passage of the solar and lunar cycles.
We are hedge walkers who pass back and forth between the worlds of the magical and the mundane.
We are seekers of knowledge.
And we are walkers of a spiritual tradition we call the path.
So mote it be.
So mote it be.